The popular U.S. theme park SeaWorld says it's ending its controversial breeding of killer whales. It follows years of mounting pressure against SeaWorld, most of it coming from animal rights groups. There's also been a steady drop in park attendance. CCTV's Roy Ruttenberg's been following the story for us. He's joining us here. Fewer tourists, less revenue. Is that what's driving this?
It seems so, and it seems that the company is bowing to both those figures and also some of that pressure. And this is a pretty big deal since these killer whales, these orcas, have really been the main draw at SeaWorld since the mid-1970s. That's now changing. The CEO, Joel Manby, came in a year ago and said he would be approaching the killer whale controversy with a fresh perspective because, quote, society was changing. Well, on Thursday, he announced that the breeding program would be halted and said that the 29 orcas still living at SeaWorld would remain on display, meaning they will not be freed as some had been urging. Manby said they would be displayed in, quote, new, inspiring natural encounters, though still a bit unclear what that means. Last year, SeaWorld announced it would be ending its current style of shows, displays. The new shows are set to start in 2017 in California and 2 years later in Florida. The company is hoping moves like this will help its bottom line. SeaWorld CEO said he's expecting 1 million more visitors in the next 5 years and a revenue uptick of $80 million. Also, we should point out the response to SeaWorld's announcement, both in the stock market and social media, Mike, was relatively positive.
Let's get that other response. How about these groups that have been fighting this whole thing for so long?
Well, the director of that 2010 documentary film, Blackfish, the film that really gave the anti-SeaWorld movement its momentum, she said that she's applauding the decision, but more importantly, she's applauding the public for keeping pressure up on SeaWorld. Her documentary challenged the park's narrative about killer whales in captivity and specifically focused on one of SeaWorld's more popular trainers who was killed by one of the show orcas. Now, another SeaWorld foe, the Humane Society, on Thursday, it confirmed it would collaborate with SeaWorld to help educate guests about animal welfare. Humane Society said the goal is to make progress and not just be continually stuck in controversy. But a different group, PETA, the People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, it said it was unsatisfied. Mike, they're insisting that all of the killer whales be freed altogether.
So a range of emotions on all of this. Thanks so much, Roy.